All right. Welcome to the Sideboard. My name's Eric, and we've got a fun show for you for tonight. Tonight is our first episode of Let's Play Jank, and I've brought Pia's Revolution out to play. So we're going to try to have a little bit of fun here. We're going to see if we can, win a couple matches, just upset some things, and the entire point of tonight's show is just really to have a little bit of fun. Most of the meta is kind of solved. We know what the top decks are, and that's not what we're trying to play in this. That's not the intent. The intent is to maybe upset some people, have some fun, and see if we can actually go to Happy Christmas Land. So I'm Eric, you're watching the Sideboard, and it's time to play some Jank. If you like the show, give us a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So let's take a look at the deck and see what we've got here, shall we? So tonight with the deck, I've actually brought you a construct list that uses the Pia's Revolution for extra damage. Now, one of the points about Pia's Revolution, and we'll just start with it there. Here, let me pull up a display, because I actually want to talk about this a little bit before we really get started. And the first thing I really want to talk about here is Pia's Revolution in general. Now, whenever a non-token artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, your opponent gets a choice. They can either take 3 damage, or they can have you put that non-token artifact back into your hand. Now, that's pretty much what everything is based off on here, and if you talk to anyone who's a spike, the first thing they're going to tell you is any card that gives your opponent agency is just naturally a bad card. So the whole point of this deck was to try to make it a bad decision for your opponent no matter what they chose. And we do that with mainly our Metallic Mimic Walking Ballista combo. So Metallic Mimic calls constructs. Now if you watch the construct gameplay, you know exactly how this little combo works. But when Metallic Mimic calls constructs, you can then cast Walking Ballista for free. So a 0 mana Walking Ballista enters the battlefield with a 1/1/1 counter on it. At which point you then shoot your opponent, and then if they don't give you back your Walking Ballista, you just hit them for 4 damage for 0 mana. That's really good. Now, what's the problem with that is if they don't give you your Walking Ballista back, at that point, you're really kind of out of that until you draw a new Walking Ballista. Unless we have some nice little interactions here with cards like Scrap Trawler. Now, if you did watch the Constructs gameplay, the Scrap Trawler was not a really big part in that deck. However, in this deck, it is a key piece, a very integral piece of our combo, of how we plan to defeat our opponent. Now, in the early turns, we're going to be just trying to set up with cards like Bomat Courier, Implement of Combustion. Just try to get a couple, good artifacts out there. And then we also have a lot of other synergies, like Pia and Alar allowing us to sacrifice an artifact, which can be really handy. If you can sacrifice, say, an implement with a Scrap Trawler on the battlefield, you instantly get back your Walking Ballista. You get to, go for the round again. If you have a Ravenous Intruder out, you can sack the implement to that to get a +2/+2 and draw a card. If you have a Foundry Chief Inspector, they have to take the 3 damage when you sack the implement. Otherwise, you get to free cast it again. If you have Magic Christmas Land going on, and you have Ravenous Intruder and a Foundry Chief Inspector, with your Pia's Revolution on the battlefield, of course, and you start sacking implements, you could technically draw through your entire deck if they keep giving it back to you. So we've got so much. Are we a little too loud? All right, let me get that down for you guys a little bit here. My bad. A little too much Earthworm Gem for y'all. Let me know if that's not I didn't turn it down far enough. But anyway, the point of this entire deck is we have so much Magic Christmas Land going on that maybe we'll just hit 1 or 2 of the little synergies and kind of go off. So let's take a look at the sideboard and some things we got going on over there. Well, we don't want that. So in the sideboard, We've got a couple nice little cards here with the Fatal Push. We've got some Duress. Unlicensed Disintegration. We really need a way to answer flyers. Scrap Heap Scrounger for control. This is another construct. We actually have a little package here in the sideboard for when we really need to go to aggro. We could actually take out the Pia's Revolution and just go hardcore aggro with our Hazards and our Scrap Heap Scrounger. So, this is supposed to be some really tasty jank for you guys. So, if we get to have fun, then that's what it's about. So, let's jump into the play lobby and see where this thing takes us, huh? I did name it Construct a Revolution. So, since it's jank, we're just going to be having fun. We're going to be playing this in tournament practice. So, Crewfix, How Internet, Ryan, Eben, who else is here? Bunch of other people. Everyone, welcome to the stream tonight. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming out. So, we get to start drawing cards early. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this hand, as we don't have a lot of things going on. We definitely have no pressure, but we're on the draw, which means we would turn one play an implement, turn 2 sack an implement, play another implement. It's still very, very slow. I'm just going to mulligan this away. So this looks a little bit better here. Yeah, we'll keep this. I mean, we don't need that. So we're actually going to put that on the bottom. Really just looking for another land here. Cut to Ribbons looks like it would be really nice, Ryan. I thought about cut in here, maybe, but there's actually not a lot of kill in the main board, period. We're kind of combo in game 1. Like, we're going to try to do this craziness here. I don't think we'll be worried about his shapers there. Alright, so I'm just actually going to play this. So next turn I can play a Combustion and pop it if I want, but I don't think we're going to be popping the Combustion until after we get the Pia's Revolution down. There's a Metallic Mimic. Okay. This has got me curious. So do we just play Ravenous Intruder? I think we just play the Ravenous Intruder. And we'll go from there. If he swings with Mimic, which I really doubt, it looks like we got a Merfolk deck here. I mean, he called Merfolk, so it's probably a Merfolk deck. I doubt he'll swing with that. He called Merfolk. Well, it should be super fun if we can get it to go off. So we'll see what happens here. We get stuck on land, then we're definitely not going to get it to go off. So we'll see where that goes. This is another card I really like in the deck. We've got 2 Resourceful Returns, and then we have, what's the other? We've got 2 Resourceful Returns and a singleton copy of Fortuitous Fine. So let's get back over here to the game. Okay, Kamina Speaker. He's definitely got a lot of power coming out. And we get a Metallic Mimic. That'll be really good for us after the fact. Looks like we're going to have to draw a card here. Not exactly what I was wanting to do, but we're going to do it anyway. So we're just going to sack to this because, oh, we hit the land. We hit the land. And what do we do here? Another Ravenous Intruder or just a Metallic Mimic? So next turn we want to be casting Pia's Revolution. After Pia's... So we just need to live? Wow, this seems a little sketchy, guys. Although next turn we could also... We really need to get that Pia's Revolution down. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Metallic Mimic. We'll call Construct. I'm debating on swinging here, but I think we'll probably end up just taking some damage here this turn, unless he's got the one that makes him unblockable. Merfolk may be a real problem for us. I wasn't expecting to run into a Merfolk deck, that's for sure. And Lee, thanks for showing up, and welcome to the stream, sir. What do we got going on here? Another Merfolk Branchwalker. Well, I promise you, I wish I would have had a Metallic Mimic, so I mean a Walking Ballista, so I could have shot this Mimic. Ay, ay, ay. So, if we block here, we block here, we sack, we eat this thing, take no damage? Is that even worth it? Or do we just take 7? Let's just take 7 and see what happens. I'm much more inclined to start blocking after I get a Pia's Revolution down. So we'll go ahead and slam the Pias. And then we're just going to pass turn. Like, granted, yeah, it's a little bit bad, but unsummon. Okay. Well, that is not terrific for us. What do we need now? We need... So, we're at 13. He's swinging for 10. We would need something serious next turn to be able to block. Oh, that's game. Are we at 1? I don't know if we have an out here. We do not. Let's go ahead and scoop it up, go into game 2. Wow, okay, the Merfolk just come out. Just no way to answer that that trawler there. Or the Metallic Mimic. Well, we're definitely going to bring in some kill spells here. We'll take out a few draw spells. We'll take out the combo pieces here to renew the combo. And then I think we'll drop 1 Inspector. And we'll roll it back like that. Maybe we should have kept the brought in the hazards and went that route, but you know, maybe. Well, I am hoping that they can't actually do that again, but we'll see. Maybe they've got a killer Merfolk deck and we've got no red to play this Pias. But we can play everything else. When we come out the gate with a bow mat, I'll take it. I'm just going to play the Inventor's Fair bow mat. And then we'll just swing for 1, put the card under the bow mat, and pass the turn. Wow, Merfolk, huh? So we're going for Scrap Trawler and anything else we can get along the way. I mean, we have most of the pieces we need to get started. We're just missing 1 red land. That's not horrible for us. And we'll go ahead and attack again and see if he just unsummons. Unsummon was extremely powerful in that deck. I really like that. See? Unsummon. Really powerful deck. Okay. Well, I'll play it back. Dragon Skull Summon off the top would be so nice. I'll take, you know, any source of red that comes in untapped, though. Okay, now I want a Walking Ballista. Well, we'll take it. We will take it. And probably should have attacked. I don't think he would have blocked. Just naturally, my instinct said don't swing with a 1-1 into a 2-1, but this 2-1 he would have blocked. So, wow! The Merfolk with the Mimics. It's happening. Okay, so how do we do this, ladies and gentlemen? I think we go Intruder and Mimic. And then we're going to swing with Bowmat. No, we don't. Yeah, we swing with Bowmat, don't we? No, we don't swing with Bowmat. Maybe we should have. I mean, if he killed it, but we lose a blocker that way. We should have swung last turn is what we should have done. So we're really set up right now. We'll see how this goes. Merfolk Branchwalker. It's going to be huge. But this is 3, 6, 9 if he takes it. I don't think he swings here. And he did. So he's got Unsummon in hand. Okay. Well, we'll block the big one. We'll block the little one. And we'll go to blocks. And see if he casts anything. If he doesn't cast anything, we'll sacrifice the implement, draw a card, and more than likely do 3 damage to him. Even if he unsummons this, we still draw a card. And we've blocked the damage, so I have no intentions of blocking this with or sacking with this Bowmat. Okay, so he's swinging for 5 at us, and we'll see how much damage he actually takes. Sun Scorched, okay, and we got our implement back. And we've got no block. We've got nothing to do here. So I think at this point he's kind of wondering why he swung. We'll see. Hey. So next turn we have a Sun-Scorched Desert, and we have Scrap Trawler, Implement of Combustion. These will all be really good for us. More than likely recasting the Bowmat as well. So he's going to put a 1/1 counter. Now I have to eat the Bowmat. Fine, we eat the Bowmat. And we'll see what happens here. Is he going to take 3? He did not take 3. Well, we are not taking any damage in combat here, which is really good for us. We hit another Ramunap off the top, or hit a Ramunap off the top. Let's go ahead and just play the Sun-Scorched Desert. We'll do an additional point of damage to him here. And then we're going to play out the Scrap Trawler. And then I'm going to play the implement, and I'm also going to play the bowmat. And now I'm going to swing. So we'll swing here and here. And he really needs to block. Okay, so he's just going to snap off a block there. We're going to go ahead and draw another card. And we'll always yield to Pias. So the implements are just terrific in here. We just keep drawing cards. So he gives us our implement back. He's just not interested in taking 3 damage for us drawing a card. Which, hey, I'm okay with that. And then I guess we'll go ahead and eat the bowmat as well, considering it's going to die for no real reason. We can get more damage in this way. I don't think I need to ever respond to my own here. And, ooh, he took the 3 damage off the bowmat. Just doesn't want me to have a bowmat. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll just sit back and see where we're at. We're only like a walking ballista away from just killing him. It's really silly how close we are to him just being dead. If we hit a walking ballista off the top, it's game over. We will not untap. We will not pass the turn again. That's the power of this little silly little deck. Okay, cool. And he's not going to attack. Alright, I will play the Raminot Ruins. We will play Implement of Combustion. We're going to sacrifice Implement of Combustion. And we're just going to draw a bunch of cards right now and see if we can find a bowmat. And if we can find a bowmat, it's over. Maybe there's an argument to putting a single copy of Fling in here. Yeah, he's going to scoop it up. Okay, so that was our game 2 against him. Now, man, Vance's blasting cannons would just be sick if we could get it to work. I actually think I'm going to take out that Pia for a single Vance, or for the Vance's blasting cannons. We almost had half of Happy Happy Christmas Land online. If we would have had a single Foundry Chief on the board, we would have just been able to keep drawing. But I think he realized right there that we had like 6 mana, and we were just going to, play that, sack it, play it, sack it until we found our Bowmat Courier. As soon as you, or not Bowmat, but as soon as we find the Walking Ballista, at that point, it's over. Ay, ay, ay. That, well, I mean, we can turn 2, start cycling. I'm not opposed to cycling on 2. At least we got lands, but we've got nothing else. I don't want to keep this. 1, 2. We've got 2 lands, and one of them's red. We got Pias. Seems decent. Man, I'd rather have Scrap Trawler is really good, but it's not what we're looking for here. We're going to put it on the bottom. There's 4 Scrap Trawlers. We'll get to another. Yeah, that was only half of Happy Happy Christmas Land. That's why the deck does sometimes work, is because you don't actually need... Oh my, did I do that? That one... Is this one not foil? It doesn't look foil here, does it? It looks foil there. Okay, well, either way, we're just going to play a Bowmat and swing for 1. And then we'll just pass the turn here. Well, HAL Internet, that's one of the beauties of the deck. The scry window? Okay, so basically everything... Okay, I'll move it next time we have something up. Let's go ahead and drop an implement. I really like the build your own clue. So it's a red clue. You pay 1 mana for it, and then you pay 1 mana to sack it. It's a clue. Well, I kind of like where this Bomat's going. Okay, there's a Kamina speaker. He doesn't have his uber powerful card yet. Ravenous Intruder, that's a nice one. I'm actually just gonna pass the turn here. Is he gonna unsummon the Bomat? No, the Spell Pierce. The Spell Pierce. Why? Well, when a clue takes up a card slot, what's your argument for opt then? Because everyone says opt takes up a card slot, but opt will give you... I'm actually going to play this. We need the black source. But opt will give you basically a 56 card deck. If this was only 1 mana, like, for example here, I'm not actually going to be spending the mana to sack it, so in a way, I don't know. We're gonna wait till next turn before we worry about this Bomat. Implement and Ravenous Fire or Ravenous Intruder work really well together. I did have a Fire Weaver in here originally. So how does he swing on us? And he's stuck at 2 land. So he decides that... So what do I play here? Like I'm okay with getting rid of the Raminot Ruins. So let's go ahead and sack the Implement. And we draw a Swamp. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill... I think we just have to kill the Metallic Mimic. And now we're just going to swing. I would rather have any other 3 cards than these lands. Wow. Easy playing around that. Yeah, okay. They can block like that. And I'll pay 1. We'll discard our hand. Draw Pia's Revolution. And more land. Well, it's still better than what we had before. He's got 3 mana. Maybe he'll tap out and we'll be able to slam this Pia's Revolution with no artifacts. At least we'll be able to deal 1 point of damage to him. That's going to be a problem. And I assume he gets in here. Oh, that is pretty decent. Pretty decent. So we'll do that. And this. And this. Unfortunately, I think we actually just passed turn. I have actually been on the fence, Screwfix, about the implement being good versus bad. The what outweighs everything else is its synergy with this little combo right here. If we get this implement back, he's going to take a lot of damage off of this, or we're going to go kill him. Like, he has to take the damage, or we go pull everything we need to just kill him. Now, granted, we're not in a good spot right now. We're not in a good spot at all. Sure. 4 damage. You got us, buddy. Sun Scorched. Well, we'll play that. And I'm actually going to... Can you guys see that if I put it... Let's put it right... Let's bring it over here. So we're going to put that here. We'll do the extra point of damage to him. I am going to go ahead and cycle this. Sure. And we'll go constructs. And I think we just have to pass turn. At this point, we kind of got to put the brakes on him, though. So we will do that. He does have to continue to take damage from us if he wants to get in. So our goal here will just be kill big stuff. I mean, he has to give us most of this back. And getting this stuff back would be really nice because, like, we could play it back in the proper order. If he takes, I don't know, all of this? We'll see. We'll see how he wants to attack. So he's got a 5/5. Is that all he's getting in with? And the... Well, that's a questionable thing. Wow, where do we go with this? So, if we put both things in front of it, he has to kill it? Or... If we sack both things, and then he just bounces... So how do we block? Ravenous and just sack them both and kill it? Or just put them both in front of it and kill it? I don't want to kill either one of them. Taking 5 seems extremely dangerous for the crackback next turn, though. I guess we just take it. We're just going to take the 5. There's another metallic mimic. Definitely not exactly what we're looking for here, but we're going to go for it. Like, here we go. We're going for the combo, ladies and gentlemen. Wish me luck. So, sacrifice this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Undo. What? Like. So, sacrifice that. Use that. Sorry, I had floating mana. 1, 2, 3, and... So we get Walking Ballista for 3 right here. And we will hit done on that. So we'll get a Walking Ballista for 1. It'll come down with 3 counters on it. Let's just see what happens. I think we actually are going to pass turn here. He has to give it back to us. Like, if he swings, we're in a pretty good spot. Like, he can't take a bunch of damage. Oh, the music's really good for this too. See, that's why I left 1 point on it. I wanted to be able to sack it. If he passes turn, I am pretty sure we have him. It just really depends on what he does. He has to be able to swing for lethal here. I don't know how he decides to do this, but he's got to pressure us. Well, I am going to block with the Walking Ballista, block with Foundry Chief Inspector, and we'll hit OK, and we will remove this. There's no way he gives us that Ballista back. We need to hit Scrap Trawler off the top. Yeah, he took 3. He takes another. Okay, so, I mean, we've got the brakes on here. He has to give that back. I doubt he's going to 1. He might go to 1. Nah, he's going to give it back. What are you going to do, opponent? What are you on? You're going to go to 1? 1 is not dead. He went to 1. Okay, so we have so many outs. Just implement off the top wins. Implement, Ballista. We have so many outs right now. Come on. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Foundry Chief Inspector. That's not what we were looking for. I mean, we'll play it. It's huge. And I'm also going to swing. I don't want to do that. I want to actually get into combat. Sorry. Alright, so let's swing. I want to kill something with that. So let's just get in here. He has to block them both. I'm going to sack this to here. So we sack. Now we kill the 2/2 and we get our Mimic back. So our Mimic becomes a 3/2 and it only costs 1. So we kill another one of his dudes. And we'll pay 1 mana. We'll play the Mimic. We'll call Constructs. We now have another big Mimic. We're still at 8 life. As long as he doesn't have like Rivers... Well, he doesn't have enough mana for Rivers Rebuke. Do sack shenanigans first? Probably should. But it's just really based on the opponent. Like, if the opponent doesn't make the right decision, then... Or the wrong decision, then we don't get to just kill him. Technically, though, the deck can kill you on turn 3 if the opponent just said, I'm never taking damage from that. You could just kill someone on turn 3. But like the chances of that ever happening are just non-existent. Alright, so that cut the ribbons you guys were talking about. It would have been really good right about now. But then again, so would another Sun Scorched. So we've got how much mana? 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, seems fine to me. We're going to attack, we're going to attack, we're going to attack. And let's see where he blocks. Really? You're going to let me kill your 5/5? Wow, he... Am I worried about these things? Worried about this. So let's eat this one. Okay. Alright, so we're going to sacrifice this artifact. I'm more interested in getting rid of the 5/5 than anything else. But I'm also interested in getting rid of this Metallic Mimic. So we need to eat one more. We got enough mana. We'll eat the Foundry Chief. Like I said, he has to give it back. Otherwise, he's just dead. Okay, so we are going to allow damage to be done. We'll see if he's got that unsummon. I like this song. Yeah, Fireweaver does create a really interesting little thing. Like, if we would have had a Fireweaver right here, we would have just, like, he would have just been dead, period. So, Fireweaver was originally in the deck, and I ended up taking it out because it's actually a little too weak against certain things. But I actually haven't went back to revisit that in a long time, so Fireweaver might be worth re-looking at. Oh, wow. Alright. Really, fella. So we went this far. I guess we go the whole way. He gets to save his Mimic. And, I mean, that was good on him for saving his Mimic. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can actually play Mimic, Foundry Chief Inspector. There's no point. Like, we don't have the cards to worry about, like, benefiting off of this. So I would rather have the +1/+1 counters. So we're going to go Mimic. Construct. Mimic. Construct. And Foundry Chief Inspector, and then we'll just pass the turn back. That's one of the things I love the most about this deck is, like, yeah, you don't really worry about anything. Claim to Fame. Okay, so I actually really like Claim to Fame, and Claim to Fame was in the deck for quite some time, and then we started playing around with Resourceful Return, which actually will give us back, you know, the creature we want, and most of the time we're wanting to cast it anyway. It doesn't really matter. But it'll give us back the creature we want. And Claim to Fame will put it directly on the battlefield. Most of the time the creature we want is actually like a Walking Ballista. And if you don't already have, you know, Metallic Mimic, then Walking Ballista is not really good. So we ended up rotating into Resourceful Return, and the Fortuitous Find, because those are the cards that are going to just put it back in our hands. So we can just recast those. So that if you're looking for the reasoning on the Claim to Fame and why it's not in here, there you go. Let's jump into another game here, guys. We did win that. You know, like I was a little surprised. I mean, this deck it's jank, but hey, you know. Is it called Merfolk Monument? Is that what it is? All right, so when I think Construct Tribal, I really think Chief of the Foundry, and I think of Scrap Heap Scrounger. And even though they're in the deck, they're not a vital part of the deck. Man, I have got to fix that chat for you guys. I didn't realize that y'all couldn't see half the screen. I think that's going to be about right. Wow, we get the opener? Wow. Okay, well, we have a perfect turn 1 and turn 2. I'm keeping. We're just one land off of going ham. So, let's try to go ham. We're going to play so much stuff next turn. Unless he plays a black land. If he plays a black land and nothing else, then we can't do anything. We just play Metallic Mimic past the turn. I would really love to just go ahead and draw that third land. Just any point now would be nice. There's a blue land. Okay. Pyramid of the Pantheon. I like Treasure Map better. Just saying. Oh, wait, this ain't that one. I was saying this is the one that draws you the cards. There it is. I'll go ahead and get out the red, but I mean, it's not going to matter. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's all about right here. Y'all are about to see the entire reason for drawing this up this way. And come on, attack. I mean, that is an extremely powerful turn, too. And then next turn, being able to hit them for an additional 1 point of damage, plus put out the Pia's Revolution, at which point we could start sacking if we wanted to. This early chip damage is going to be so good. Now, we do have to make sure he's tapping out before we can cast this Pia's. Looks like he's going to take care of that for us. A Glintless Crane, okay. Cultivator's Caravan. So this could be a Metalwork Colossus deck. And there's an Implement. That'll be terrific. So we'll go ahead and hit him for 1 point of damage. So what do you think he wants to kill the most here? The Metallic Mimic or the Bomat Courier? I just want to turn everything sideways. Not worried about any of that. Let's do 3 points of damage here. We should be able to get in for 5 minimum. The thing about these decks is they think they can put a Glintless Crane out and I'm just going to stop. No, I'm not. Congratulations. Okay. You can have that. You got it, buddy. Now, do you give it back to me so that I can play it for free next turn? Or do you take an additional 3 points of damage and go to 11? He gives it back to me. Wow. So, yeah, I'm okay with just swinging in right there. All right, so he gets another glint. Okay. We just need to get him to a low point on damage. Like, we just need to keep pinging for damage here. And we're definitely at a point where we're about to get to do some really good stuff. So, next turn we get to play everything in our hand. No matter if we draw a land or not. This deck looks a little strange. Well, okay, we don't get to play everything in our hand. That will not get played. That will. And that will. What? 2/2 Bomat Courier? Killed the wrong thing, didn't he? Now, at this point, I will not swing with a Metallic Mimic. And if he wants to put both in front of this, then that's okay. So this will let him take an additional 4 points of damage because he can't give me this back. He gives me this back, then okay. He took it. That's what we expected. Alright. And then we get to do a couple extra points of damage with the Bomat Courier there. Next turn we'll get to do a single point of damage with the Implement of Combustion, which, you know, because I'm not playing ATOG. If I was playing an ATOG deck, I'd be building around ATOG, and ATOG actually just kind of squeezed into this deck because he's one of the synergies that allow you to draw infinite or draw your deck out. But the deck is not an ATOG deck. There's no fling. There's no cheap artifacts to just feed him. He's just a card that works really well in the deck. So that's the best answer I can give to you for that. Like, the construction of this deck, it falls right in the middle of like 2 or 3 other little decks that people have tried to build in the constructs, Pia's Revolution, ATOG, all of this other thing. But I really wanted to streamline for a Pia's Revolution deck. Like, I was building it to be a Pia's Revolution deck, to be a fun deck. And it just so happened that the constructs met the main criteria of what Pia's Revolution is trying to do. You need to do that early chip damage or you're never going to be able to actually get anything to work off of this. And the only way we could get that early chip damage was... Look at that, guys. And he's tapped out. Tapped out. So I'm going to do it first. And yeah. This is one of those things that's about to happen, fella. Yeah, this is about to happen. So we're going to go ahead and draw another card. It's just a matter of deck construction is the reason, you know, this doesn't have some of the cards you guys are talking about. It's just, the deck is just really, really built on that. Pia, like, we only run 3 ATOGs and 1 Pia. And just because, the only reason Pia's in here is because she can help us go wide a little bit, and she has the ability to sacrifice an artifact. Originally, this was taken up by Syndicate Trafficker, if you guys are familiar with that card. So I'm just going to play another land here, and we'll just replay that. Let's go ahead and play this for 1. And then we're going to swing with these fellas. And I guess he has to put both Glint Nest in front of it. Like 1 and 1. So he loses both. Can't let him kill the Mimic. Alright, that's game. So, because he scooped it up, we're not actually going to get to see the game, though. If he lost them both, we still do 2 points of damage to him. He has to give them both back to us. Bomat we recast for free. Well, he's not going to be able to kill either one of them, so yeah. We just got too much going on right there. Alright, so we're expecting him to be some big, huge deck that's got to put some major stuff down. We're on the draw. I didn't see any graveyard mechanics. I think Duress is going to be good here. What do we bring out? On the draw, I actually think I'm going to take out a couple Bomats. If I was on the play, I'd keep them in. Chief of the Foundry doesn't work with the deck. The reason Chief of the Foundry doesn't work with this deck... Ew, gosh, this is such a good hand, but such a bad hand. Ooh. 1 land, it's great. 2 more lands, and it's amazing. Although, we're still coming in tapped on turn 2. It's got everything we want, but not enough. Not enough lands to play it. It's heartbreaking. Oh, no! This hand's just as good. With no land, though. Alright. Well, I mean, that's not horrible. Sure, we'll put that on top. That's a card. So we've got a turn 1, a turn 2, a turn 3. That's not bad. And we'll just play our implement and pass the turn. And your turn, opponent. Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, man. That's I've been playing with this deck for a little while. Like, when I take it to the LGS on, like, Friday nights, every now and then it's... Like, when I go to my LGS, I like to just take jank. I like to have fun. I like to play some really crazy stuff. Occasionally, I do play a little bit of Tier 1. I mean, I'm not afraid to net deck. I ain't scared. Every now and then, I get tired of getting beat by Tamer. So, I would have preferred a red source, but, yeah, this will work. And we'll call Construct and pass the turn. Mono blue, huh? Is there any other colors in this? Did we see another color last game? Can't remember. I don't think so. I think it was just mono blue, wasn't it? Another pyramid. Okay. At least we're playing jank versus jank, man. Oh, that's pretty decent. And we'll just pass. We're definitely not swinging with that metallic mimic. It looks like we're on the go big plan. No, Chief is... So the main reason for Chief, and like just in case anyone's wondering, you can't run Chief because you can't sack the ballistas. So when we ran the Construct deck, that was the one thing I was telling everyone that was talking in the comments about, you know, where's Pia's Revolution at in this deck? Because I'm not the only person that's had ideas of Pia's Revolution and Constructs could just, you know, they're peas and carrots, you know. They're Forrest and Jenny. Alright, we'll gain a life. Oh. Well, we'll play this for 2 mana. If it doesn't get countered, we play this for 1. Broken. Yeah, broken. So yeah, constructs can be mean. Very mean. Really need a red land source. Get this Pia's down. Just start doing work. Next turn, we're turning some serious stuff sideways, though. He's in a bad spot. Including next turn, we'll even be turning Metallic Mimic sideways. I just want a mountain off the top. Raminot Ruins would work. I'm okay with Raminot Ruins. It's perfectly fair. I got more artifacts than you, dude. He must be a bad artifact deck. He's only got 2 artifacts. I bet Glinton S. Crane wouldn't miss in this deck. Money and masterpieces. That's all they printed, Chris. Like, Wizards was just printing money with that. Like, there's so many good cards. So many good cards come out of Kaladesh block. The majority of the vehicles that come out of Kaladesh block, I think will probably be some of the best vehicles ever printed. I know they're bringing them back in Rivals. Vehicles are a new type of thing. We're going to see that around. They're the thing that gives other colors haste. Yeah, it happens. But I don't feel it, y'all. I don't really. Hitting all this colorless land. So if he takes 12 here, I'm okay with that. Like, at this point, I don't need the Mimic anymore. Like, did we just aggro this guy? We turn 4, we'd put down 6 mana worth of creatures. Yeah, you can have it. Take 12. How many blockers do you have for next turn, fella? We'll see. I mean, he may just have a ton of stuff. Add 1 mana of any... Add 3 mana of any color to your mana pool. Activate this ability only if there are 3 more... Okay, so he's got River's Rebuke mana. He's good now. Oh, just a mountain off the top. I think he's just dead, guys. Looter Scooter. What's Looter Scooter? I've seen Scrap Trawler get a little bit of play in Modern, and this guy gets play in, like, Vintage. So, the Metallic Mimic Ballista turn 2 is stupid broken. Oh, Smuggler's Copter. Okay. Sorry, I just didn't know exactly what you guys was talking. Oh, okay. Bring back, hashtag bring back Copter. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I missed a hashtag there somewhere. Hey, those artifacts he has are going to start pumping 3 mana each. Big stuff is going to start coming down. Well, he's got to play a lot of big stuff. A lot. And if I hit a red land, I'll chump block a construct all, like, what is he called? Metalwork Colossus? I'll chump block that all day. Oh yeah, like, what am I going to chump block it with a Scrap Trawler, get my Mimic back, and then he has to give me my Scrap Trawler back, and then I, like, play Mimic for free? I am not worried about his big stuff as long as it don't have flying. And clearly he is more worried about it than I am, because he won't pass priority back. He's trying to figure out how, like, if he has a win available. And guess what? That's game 2, guys. Okay, let's jump in here and see if we... Oh, somebody else got our spot. Alright, well, no, it wasn't our spot. Mad Cat's 00 or 0001. Okay. Mad Cat 0001. We're coming for you, man. We're coming for you. Let's fix chat. Wizards, if you're watching, and you're not, but fix it so like, wherever I set this, that's now the new default. Like, leave that alone. We can't keep this, guys. Another one of those fairly pretty hands that doesn't do anything. This is decent. At least we can turn 1 Bomat. Turn 2 the implement, and then our colored land source. It's not bad. I actually like this too. Since we don't have a Pia's Revolution, Scrap Trawler seems real good. And we're against cats. Well, we're not swinging with the Bomat, are we? Man, that Sacred Cat just shut us down, guys. Does your Rafflecopter go schwa, schwa, schwa? Oh, man, we might have kept a bad hand. So is it better to play this on turn 1, play turn 2, implement and Bomat? Like, maybe after he has swung with the cat? He won't swing with the cat if we have the Bomat up. Yep, that's the route we're going. We're going to see if we can get in 1 card under that Bomat. Cat Collar, welcome to the stream. So far, we're undefeated. The Jank Lords are with us tonight. Although, looks like this God Pharaoh's Gifted deck here is not going to allow us to keep playing our fun times. Maybe he'll just strategic planning, or what just happened. That's a Pia's Revolution with a Scrap Trawler. Well, we do get to attempt the Bomat. He let the Bomat happen. We'll try the implement. We'll go ahead and get that 1 card under the Bomat here if we can. Next leveled him by playing our Bomat on turn 2. The jank. The jank is real, guys. He just cycles, okay. This is not the cycling. The cycling deck doesn't run cat. Rip New Rivulet. Nah, this is God Pharaoh's Gift. You gonna swing with your kitty? Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come on, land. Give me a land. Give me a land. Land off the top. Champion of Wits. Yeah, the Rip New Rivulet locked it up for being God Pharaoh's gift on me, but then when he played the Champion of Wits, I was guaranteed, and then that removed all question. Oh, that's not a land. Why you do me like this, deck? Why you do me like this? That's not a land. Well, guys, that's not good for us, and I really can't justify swinging in here, even to kill one of his guys. In my experience with the God Pharaoh's gift decks, you just really can't. Yeah, we got land hosed here. Like, we just didn't hit a third. So at least he's not bringing back a God Pharaoh's gift on 4. So like he's not getting the nut draw here. So. I will swing it at a Champion of Wits, I guess. What did he get in? He still has no Angel in, so I guess that's a thing. And that is still not a land, guys. I mean, I can get another card under this bow mat. Not exactly where I'm wanting to go with this, but we may need... Watch, I'm putting my lands under the bow mat. The few times that I would have drawn a land, it's because I didn't, because I put it under the bow mat. That's what it is. You know that's how it works. Alright, Mr. Search for Azcanta. You agree, Chris? Our lands are sitting there under that bow mat, right? Had land every other card, and bow mat just, you know, he takes the lands. We get nothing but gas. Although it seems to work like that sometimes as well. I'm gonna scoop this up. I'm not gonna show him all the goodies we have. Right now, the only thing he's seen is a ballista, an implement, and a bow mat. So. Okie dokie. Well, duress is not actually as good as you hear. This is good. Unlicensed is good. We're on the play. Pia is going to be good if he gets his angel. I'll need the little flying blocker. I'm going to take out the draw spells. The draw spells are kind of like, oh, they disrupted our combo. When God Pharaoh's gift disrupts your combo, it's not going to be in the graveyard. It's going to be under an angel. It's going to be under, you know, something of that nature. But God Pharaoh's gift is typically not going to disrupt your combo like that. Okay, so Bowmat Courier is just so bad here. Wow. I mean, we're on the play. We get to hit him once with it. Okay, we're going to keep. So I need to put a land down before I can cast it. He ain't free yet. And then we'll go ahead and get into combat and put our card under here and pass the turn. Oh, man. So when Bowmat was first printed, I was actually... I was playing around with these cards, and like Dev had just built his version of the deck or something like that, but I was playing around with these cards, and I really liked Bowmat Courier. Like, I just thought Bowmat was awesome, and I put him in with Pia's Revolution, and since then I kind of learned the power of Bowmat, so I've just kind of always liked Bowmat. I don't think we're going to be swinging this turn for sure. Might sack this at end of turn, though, just to draw an additional card. We don't have a lot of action, and I would like to have more things in my hand. Right. Like, yeah, exactly. So I'll definitely give credit to death for putting it on me on Bomat. He played Bomat in so many decks that I was like, man, you know. And as you're playing, and you know, even though I just recently started playing Deb's decks online, I've actually been playing Deb's decks for a long time, like most of you. We are going to go ahead and draw this card. I'll pay a life to draw a card here. Deal a life to him. Well, that's cool. I mean, at least we get our implement back. And we'll just play that. And then we'll just pass the turn here. Now, next turn we get to... Ooh, wow, that's good for him. So he put Plains, Irrigated Farmland, Angel in the graveyard here. Does he have his third land? He does have his third land. It's a hostile desert. Well, that's spooky. And a kitty cat. Well, there's another land. And what do we do here, guys? We can pay 2 mana to play Foundry Chief Inspector, pay 1 mana to... What do you say we just draw a card first, so we actually know all of our information, and then we can make decisions based on all information. So we just got to land out of it. Kind of want to kill the cat so I can swing in with the... You know what? I'm actually going to swing with everything and try not to get blown out by like a negate. But we're going to swing with everything here, and whatever goes in front of the Bomat's what we kill. If he double blocks, then... So let's see him go ahead and mill 3 more cards. Double God Pharaoh's Gift, Minister of Inquiries, Minister of Inquiries. Ouch. If he is holding land refurbish, we are in some trouble. It is risky. It is extremely risky. Well, there's his land. Does he have the refurbish? There's another land. If he's got refurbish, we're about to see it. I think that's it. Now he's just going to play the angel. Okay. Well, that's fairly decent for us because we're just going to shoot that. I'm pretty sure that if he had the refurbish, we would have just seen it. So there will be another point of damage for him. Let's see here. If we go 1-2 Foundry Chief Inspector... Well, we know we're doing that, so we can just go ahead and do that now. Well, Foundry Chief... I want to kill this angel. And... So, if we attack with both, I think he blocks the Bomat Courier, but he may double block the Inspector. With us having less cards in hand, Inspector becomes less important. I think I want him to split it up. I would rather him block the Bomat. This way he doesn't kill the Inspector before I get my Scrap Trawler down. Next turn he has to start killing Foundry Chief Inspectors while I have Scrap Trawler on the battlefield. And, ouch. There's the refurbish. There it is. This is a really strong deck, guys. Well, okay, so leaving Bomat back there would have meant I would have drawn 3 additional cards. I'll look at them at the end of the game here if it'll let us see them. I'll put them up there so I don't forget them. But I'm not 100% sure it would have stopped what's happening right now. I don't think we can come back from that. So we'll call Construct. And What do I want back most? I think I want them both back. So we're doing this. Okay, so we have to draw cards here. So he's only going to kill one. All right, I'm going to get an Implement of Combustion back. It's probably not enough, but we really need to be drawing some cards here. Like, we need some kind of serious combo going on. That's fairly serious. However, we're taking a bunch in the air now. I mean, I don't think we can come ahead of 15 life. Even with Scrap Trawler Pia's Revolution, I don't think we can beat the Double Angel here. I mean, he's about to be swinging. Yeah, we're lethal. He's lethal in the air. Yeah, that's game. Okay, so sorry. That is one of the rules in my chat. I guess I need to put that up somewhere. It's a friendly game. We try to make sure everything stays friendly. Kids play the game. I one day want my child to play, and I try to, you know, avoid graphic language. But you know, there's certain things we'll say. Mainly just any word that can be considered the, you know, the first letter of that word, like, you know, the F word, the B word. Like, if you could just say the F word and everyone in America knows exactly what you're talking about, don't say that word on my chat. But, you know, that's just because I'm a dad. You know, I'm just that guy. But that's my deck for tonight, guys. That's my jank. I hope you guys liked it. Now that I've played it a little bit more, we didn't get to really play with these enough, but I do like them. I like the cards. I think that if someone wanted to try to take this competitive, you're going to need to find some type of maybe cut to ribbons. Maybe you're right, Ryan, with the cut to ribbons. Maybe it is cut to ribbons and it needs. But the deck definitely needs a little bit of kill in the main board. It may actually just be, you know, squeeze in those unlicensed disintegrations. But, you know, you know, cut to ribbons might be exactly what it's looking for, because if you can get them to, you know, just take enough damage and they think they're healthy, but then all of a sudden they're not healthy, then, you know, that's not bad. That was kind of one of the reasons we had Vance's Blasting Cannons. You know, you get to rolling, you get to play 2 or 3 artifacts in one turn. It's not really that hard to flip Vance's Blasting Cannons. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it tonight, but Vance's Blasting Cannons is usually really, really good in this deck, and in playtesting it has been phenomenal. Like, just almost instant flip. Even if you want to flip it. A lot of times you might not even want to cast that third spell because of the value you're getting off of drawing cards off of it. Originally, we had Banner in here for the 5 mana spell, and Banner just wasn't what we wanted. We do have a lot of constructs, but we're more artifacts than we are constructs. So Banner did help out a lot with that. I do want to talk about a sideboard option that I have for you guys. I did have the Hazard in here, so when I do run against control decks that I can just switch over, we can go Hazard and we can roll with that. But if you're looking for a budget option to Hazard, Fleet Wheel Cruiser, I believe it is. I'll pull it up. Here, I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. This card. You can actually run this instead of Hazard the Fervent, because Hazard the Fervent, why no artifact removal? We're combo. It was jank, and I actually built the deck more around just trying to get it to go off than I built it on being competitive. Like, just, you know, true story. I wanted to be able to give you guys a show. I wanted to be able to get a deck that would actually go off and maybe win a couple things. This deck is not prepared to fight a long fight. This deck is not prepared to fight a fight where someone can actually just start out valuing you. The deck is just meant to... It was meant to have fun with. And if before you take this to Friday Night Magic, I do want to give you the disclaimer. Having fun is no excuse for losing. So if you're going to take this to Friday Night Magic, do not expect to go 3-2 with this deck. Do not expect to, be able to top 8 with this deck. Yeah, it could happen, but I am not going to say that that's very likely, as will be the case with most of our jank decks that we play. These are played for the purpose of fun, and that's exactly what we've had here. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And if you do like the deck, give us a thumbs up. If you like the show in general, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for coming out tonight, guys. We'll see you next time. Oh, side note, P.S. before I close, tomorrow is subscriber day. Go to Reddit, vote on decks, post your decks. The top decks will be played tomorrow. I plan on playing at least 3 different decks. I don't know how many games we're going to play with each, but we're going to be playing at least 3 decks from tomorrow. If you have more than 1 deck, only one of those will get played. Crewfix, it goes for you. I really like a couple of your decks that you have on there. Let me know which one. You were also the very first person to post one, I believe. So I definitely want to make sure that we run your deck. I've got my mindset on the mold deck. So you guys go vote. You decide which one of Crewfix's decks we're going to play, and then vote on the other decks and decide which one of those decks we're going to play. And if you want to find my or the Reddit, it's just Sideboard MTG on Reddit. You can find it directly on my page. Click it from there. I've had a great time, guys. Have fun. Oh, hey, Roy. Take care, guys. I'm out.